Hey everybody, welcome back to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. This is going to be episode number 49 of my Slasher Movie Archives. In this video, I will be giving my review for Hazmat, released in 2013. Revenge has a new face. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. The crew of a hidden camera show convinced Jacob, a disturbed young man who is having problems adjusting after his father's death, that the factory where his father died is haunted. While making fun of Jacob, he finds out that he is being tricked and snaps, picking up an axe and going on a rage-filled killing spree. With everyone now trapped inside with an axe-wielding maniac, it soon becomes clear that this is definitely no laughing matter. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. I have always been a pretty big fan of this one ever since it originally released. I think it's got a lot going for it. I really like the setup of the story that's centered around a TV show called Scary Antics. It's basically a take on Scare Tactics. It's basically the same thing. Insiders that consists of family, friends, and loved ones are interviewed by the show's director. There's a lot of personal information given about the innocent person being set up. Based off of that, they determine the best way to scare and embarrass that person on national television.
Hi, I'm Scary Dave, and this is Scary Antics, the show where poor innocent people are set up by those who they love and trust. Their friends and family even give us the messed up ways that we can scare these chumps so that we can embarrass them on national television.
And that brings me to the setting. The movie takes place inside a building that has been abandoned for many years after a horrible chemical fire in the 1960s. People believe the building to be haunted.
We're at the site of a horrible chemical fire in the 60s. The building's been abandoned for many years. Why? It's supposed to be haunted.
If you're anything like me and have ever wondered, what if it doesn't go as planned? What if something goes wrong? Well, this is a slasher movie after all, and the prank backfires and goes horribly wrong, and we get to see it all play out. I really do like the setting of the movie. I like the backstory of the building where a chemical fire took place. It makes sense considering the movie is called Hazmat. Unfortunately, there's nothing within this abandoned building that suggests there were ever hazardous chemicals there. Nothing that I could recall, at least. Of course, nothing other than the killer's hazmat suit. There's cameras set up around the building to capture footage down the dark hallways, giving us several opportunities to see the killer through a night vision lens. It was a great effect. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the characters we have in Hazmat. So starting off with the Scary Antics crew, we have Scary Dave, the show's director. He has built the show from the ground up with Brenda, who is the makeup artist and is in charge of the special effects. Brenda takes care of Dave. The two of them seem to have a connection that goes beyond the show. The rest of the crew consists of Ed, who is referred to as the resident techie. He is in charge of all the electrical needs.
This is Ed. He's in charge of all of our electrical needs for setting up the cameras. He's our resident techie. What happened to your t-shirt?
Oh, you were serious about that shit?
We have Gary, the computer and audio guy.
Yo, what's up?
Gary.
Oh, come on, guys. I'm just getting the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes.
And Steven, who is responsible for setting up the cameras. We also have Tim, who is the actor who plays the bad guy, the one used to scare people. Tim loves his job scaring people.
And here's Tim, who usually plays our bad guy. So Tim, how does it feel to know that you're responsible for so many people peeing their pants?
It's an honor, really. I mean, I enjoy what I do.
Moving over to the show's participants, first we have Jacob, who is actually an unknowing participant because the joke is on Jacob. His friends are setting him up because his personality has drastically changed after the death of his father. Now, the setup for the prank takes place in the building where his father once worked. So Jacob is somewhat familiar with the building, having been inside of it when he was younger. In an attempt to try to clear up any confusion with the timeline of this abandoned building, it's mentioned at the beginning of the movie the building has been abandoned for many years after a horrible chemical fire in the 1960s. People believe the building to be haunted. So apparently this building sat empty for many years and then later reopened at some point when Jacob's father worked there. But it was then closed down due to lots of workplace accidents. So after that, the building has been abandoned again for the last 10 years as of the current time for the staged prank. And then we have our co-conspirators. We have Adam, who has been best friends with Jacob since they were 9 years old all the way through college. Adam believes if they scare the crap out of Jacob, that maybe he will loosen up and be normal again.
No. Don't call him Jake. He hates that. Call him Jacob.
Okay, so tell us about Jacob.
His dad's death really messed him up. He died here.
We have Carla, who is Adam's girlfriend. She thinks Jacob's creepy and wouldn't be surprised if they found out Jacob was a serial killer.
Jacob is so creepy. I don't know how Adam can still be friends with him.
We also have Melanie, who feels bad for Jacob and doesn't agree with the prank, but seems to jump at the chance to be on TV.
Jacob is not a serial killer. The problem is that Carla is jealous because he takes Adam away from her.
Overall, I really enjoyed these characters, and I thought the acting was pretty solid for slasher movie standards. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. In Hazmat, we have a big, imposing looking killer who wears a hazmat suit and wields a fire axe. I absolutely love the menacing look of the killer in this movie. The hazmat suit just works, especially with the extremely cool looking mask. And something else that really stands out is as the killer roams the dark hallways of the building, there's cameras set up to capture footage, and we get these really creative looks at the killer through night vision lenses. It was a really neat effect that really stood out to me. A big part of what makes a slasher movie fun for me is getting the killer right. With that being either having a great storyline for the killer, or more so in the case of this movie, just simply having a great design for the killer and showcasing the killer in really fun and entertaining ways. This movie did a great job at that, in my opinion. And as far as the kills go, the movie has a pretty generous body count with around 8 or 9 kills. The killer's weapon of choice is a fire axe. So with that, we have body parts getting chopped off, we have a hand getting chopped off, and a neck chop combo kill. We have people taking the axe to the back of the head, and people taking a belly shot with the axe to the stomach. My personal favorite just might be the eye kill. Overall, I thought the kills were a lot of fun. I thought the movie was a lot of fun. It's not perfect by any means. I would say my biggest complaint would be it does start to feel a little repetitive, but it's still totally worth checking out. The DVD features movie trailers before the title menu. It has play movie, scene selection, and setup as the menu options. IMDb give Hazmat a 3.5 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Remember, evil never dies, it rests a while, it watches, it waits. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. Tune in each and every Saturday night for a new video as evil takes back the night. Be sure to comment below and let me know if you have seen Hazmat, or just let me know what you think of the video. And as always, I would like to thank you all for watching.